Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
Night of Champions.
Ah, yes.
Good, bad, or ugly.
Free for me, so I'm cool.
It was okay.
Yes.
It wasn't huge. It wasn't terrible. All the matches were pretty good. I don't think there was a match where I was really like, I really don't care. Well, aside from the Divas match.
Oh man, I was gonna cut you off, but you got
me. We'll get to that in a little bit.
That's right. I'm the one, the only Jason.
Murphy!
Hey, your voice is back.
Yeah, it's back.
Ah, baby!
Yeah, I just can't shake the cough now, so if I start coughing up a lung at some point, I'm sorry.
Murphy, alongside the one, the only, how many lungs do you have?
Last check, I still had 2.
Okay, good. Troy, Stone Cold?
What?
I don't know. We're all messed up. Austin.
Oh, jeez.
On Twitter, Outside the Ring, and #1, Outside the Ring on Facebook, and then our email.
OutsideTheRing316 @gmail.com.
Okay, so you kind of hit on it. It was a decent show, I thought.
Yes.
I wasn't going to watch it, and then I found a way to watch it. I'm not going to say anything.
Not going to be the way you watched it.
Yes.
And by that, I'm pretty sure most of our listeners can figure out how you watched it.
It was better than I thought.
It was. I missed the first match, which was the Intercontinental title match. Mm-hmm. But I heard it was really good.
Heard it was good.
Well, before we get to that, the pre-show. I didn't see the pre-show, even though that was the free one that they was giving away.
Right.
But I do know that Zack Ryder won. It was a battle royal for the #1 contender to Antonio Cesaro's U.S. title.
Yes.
And Zack Ryder won.
Which made sense. I thought he was the most over out of all the guys in that battle royal.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know who all was in it.
Well, a lot of them were like tag teams, like the Primetime Players were in it, so that didn't make sense.
What?
Yeah, Heath Slater, you knew that would have been garbage. I mean,
yeah, I saw their recap of that where Heath Slater started running his mouth and all that, and then everybody just attacked him and threw him out first.
Brodus Clay, enough said. Justin Gabriel, Tyson Kidd was the other guy I was trying to maybe pull for just because I think he's got potential.
Tyson Kidd, yeah, he's got potential. He's due for some kind of a push.
But Zack Ryder is over. I mean,
he is.
He was over in Boston big time. They cheered for him big time. So it was cool to see him win. I had no problems with him winning.
No.
Considering the fact that he has fallen, whether you're a fan of his or not, he has fallen big time from the grace, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but from the last time he had the United States title.
And he's not a terrible worker, especially for a mid-carder. I think he's got a hell of a drop kick.
For as much as I don't like him, I don't like the character.
Right.
Ryder himself can go. He can work. The character, to me, is just stupid.
Yeah, it was funny at first when he was trying to get on Raw and he was doing stupid stuff with Cena. I cracked up at some of that stuff, but now it's like, okay, dude, you got to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, really.
Although he got himself over by himself, which I give him props because that's like us.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
For that.
So then we go into the actual pay-per-view. First match again was the four-way match with Miz, Sin Cara, Cody Rhodes, and Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, Miz won.
I did not see this, but my buddy told me that Miz basically won blindfolded.
Yeah, I did not see this either. This match.
What it was, at least from what he told me, is Miz picked up Sin Cara for a powerbomb. Mm-hmm. And Sin Cara pulled out one of his masks. He didn't take the one off of his face.
Right.
He put it on Miz.
Right.
And Miz was completely blindfolded.
Right.
And he Hurricane Rotted him into the corner. And they go back and forth for a little bit, and Miz is just kind of feeling around instead of doing the smart thing and taking the thing off. He's just kind of feeling around. The first person he touches, he grabs him into the skull-crushing finale, hits it, and it's over. And he hit it on Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
So Miz just won with his eyes closed.
It was and Rey, I think he gets knocked out of the match because everyone was asking like, well, where's Rey? Why didn't he break it up after all that? He gets like knocked out and he's like laying outside for I guess like 5 minutes. So they usually do that in four-way matches. They get somebody gets knocked out, and then they break it down a little easier. But yeah, Miz wins, and I'm cool with it.
I'm completely happy with that.
I mean, I think they got to start making these even the mid-carders. They got to make them credible.
They do. Next match was Ziggler and Randy?
No, tag match.
Yeah, yes, the tag match for the tag team titles. Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Kofi and Truth. This was a pretty good match.
We called it, though. We pretty much
called
it on our last show that we kind of knew what was going on there.
You knew it was going to happen. Kane and Daniel Bryan win with more of the using your partner as a weapon tactics. Like I said, they're going to be one of those tag teams where they're going to keep winning, but they're going to be at each other's throats about it.
Almost like Matt Hardy and MVP back in the day.
Yeah. And the one thing that I did like about this, it led to a hilarious backstage segment.
Mm-hmm.
Where Daniel Bryan and Kane are both running around the back screaming, "I am the tag team champion." and Dr. Shelby's there. You know, he's congratulating him and all that, trying to remind him that, you know, you are not the tag team champions. Both of you are. and they start going at it again, screaming, and AJ just comes in and just loses it, telling him to shut up and all this. And her plan basically backfired on her.
Yeah.
She tagged them up, or put them together as a team to hopefully have them go at each other's throats, but they wind up winning the tag team titles.
Yeah.
And AJ is disappointed in that, and the segment ends with Kane yelling out, "I'm going to Disney World."
Which, by the way, is getting a lot of plug on YouTube. So I actually put a link. Somebody made a Kane "I'm going to Disney World" remix. They made a dance song. I'm not making this up. If you go to our Facebook page, Outside the Ring, just look us up. It's on our Facebook page. You got to check it out. It is beyond hysterical what people make in short time, might I add.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, I'm almost going to be upset. I'm almost going to be upset if we don't have little segments tonight of Kane and Daniel Bryan at Disney World.
Oh.
Have them with the little mouse ear hats with their name on it. Can you imagine Big Kane in costume riding the teacups at Disney World?
You got to admit, I mean, at first you kind of cringe. You're like, wow, this is kind of stupid, this whole anger management thing. But the more it went on, the more I actually found it to be the best segments on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
That's sad.
Oh, definitely. The next match was Randy and Ziggler. Again, we've seen this match, but it's always good.
These guys have a much like Randy and Christian. They have
chemistry
together. Yeah, that's the thing.
They just work so good together.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's... They're obviously both athletic. They can pretty much do anything that you ask them to do. Ziggler obviously can sell...
like a boss.
And that helps because a lot of Orton's moves are very high impact.
Yeah.
There was a couple spots that I were marked out with. The first being the DDT off the guardrail outside the ring. That was sick. And then the RKO.
The RKO.
Oh.
The flapjack. He just lifts him up and just hits it.
What would you say? Was that one better than... I don't think this... I still think the Evan Bourne RKO was the best.
Yes, that's by far the best.
Did you see on TNA, I think it was Bubba Ray, he tried to jack off... Not jack off. Whoa!
Wow!
This show's went...
Wow, Jason.
Very dark. He tried to jock off Randy's RKO by... doing the Bubba Cutter, which is basically like an RKO.
It's basically the Diamond Cutter, because he does it like DDP. He just grabs him and falls.
But the guy...
That's what makes the RKO. Randy jumps with it.
Yeah, basically like Jeff Hardy or someone jumped off the top rope and Bubba got up and tried and did it. Which it was pretty cool, but... you could tell they were trying to copy a little off of Randy's.
Oh yeah.
Because he could do it. He's done it in so many ways, and now he's being really creative. But the match was it was good. A lot of people complaining that Orton shouldn't have won. I kind of disagree because if put it this way, Orton's going to be the guy that when Ziggler finally wins, he's probably going to feud with.
Exactly. That's exactly what my buddy said while we was watching it last night. He said,
so you don't want Ziggler to be perfect with a perfect win streak and then just cash it in because it's too obvious.
Because what my friend said is have Ziggler lose tonight, or last night, whatever.
Right.
And, and then maybe later in the night, and this didn't happen, but somewhere down the line, have Ziggler cash in the Money in the Bank, win it.
Yep.
And then Orton, Ziggler would have his rematch with the champion, whatever, win, so he would start some, credibility building up there.
Yep.
And then have Orton come out and say, Dolph, you never beat me.
That's right.
I always won. Now that you have the title, let's put you to the real test.
Because he's going to have a guy he's going to have to go up against.
Yeah.
And you want it to be someone that can actually work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like Sheamus, but once Sheamus loses, I don't want to see him in the title picture for a while.
No.
He's going to get his rematch, fine, put it on TV.
Yeah.
Don't put it on pay-per-view,
No. Oh, no.
I just think Sheamus has run his course. We're going to get to that, but...
Sheamus has run his course, and I think it's honestly time for him to make that heel turn again.
I liked him as a heel. I thought
did
he was a badass as a heel.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand. I get it. He's almost like kiddish now. Like, he jokes around all the time. And let's not forget, the guy is a big dude. Use him like that. I just don't, he's a big guy that can work, and using him the way they're using him just kind of makes me go, why? Like, again, we're going to get to that, actually. I think, let me see, what's coming up?
No, next was the World Heavyweight title match.
There you go.
Which was Del Rio and Sheamus. Pretty good match.
I was very happy with it.
Booker T comes out before the match and unbans the Brogue Kick. So Sheamus is free to use it whenever he wants.
Hey, sucker, you can use that Brogue Kick, sucker.
Now, this is a good match, but for the life of me, nothing really stuck out to me.
I will say this. It was interesting. Well, here's the problem. The problem is they unbanned the Brogue Kick.
Yeah.
We wanted to see him. This could have made Sheamus look even more credible if he would have won without the kick.
Really?
Because how'd he win? With the Brogue Kick. So it's almost like they're saying, Sheamus, you're a decent champion, but you need this kick to win.
Yeah, without the kick, you're nothing. They're making it seem like, that's what he needs to have.
He should have won with either by making Del Rio tap out, or...
I would say, no, don't make him tap out, because Del Rio has the submission finisher.
Okay, true.
So, you have him use, the Celtic cross, or the high cross.
I always dug that move. I don't know why...
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why they made him stop using it all the time, but...
Sheamus retains by hitting the Brogue Kick.
And I wanted Del Rio to win this one just because... Yeah. Although, I guess you have to have Sheamus still have... Well, you got to figure, who is Ziggler going to cash in on? Who would he more cash in on? I mean, Sheamus, I would think, more than Del Rio.
Yeah.
Which is why maybe they had Del Rio lose. Because eventually...
I think it's more along the heel-face thing, too.
Yeah. Because I can't see Ziggler turning face when he actually cashes in.
No.
The only way he would have done that would have been if Del Rio had the belt, because people would have went crazy if he cashed in on him.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they're going to have him cash in eventually on Sheamus, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it, man. It's interesting. It might happen tonight. You never know.
It might. You never know.
It's cool. I mean, that's the cool thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then the main event.
No, we had the Divas match.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, earlier in the night, Caitlyn basically gets the Tanya Harding treatment. Somebody attacked her, messed up her ankle, and the trainer said there's no way she can wrestle.
Right.
And, of course, if you've been paying attention, Eve is all over this, letting Booker know, keeping him up to date, and Booker makes the decision that, Teddy Long reminds Booker, hey, it's a night of champions. Every title has to be defended. And Booker's like, you know what, you're right. Eve It's your shot. And at first, Eve's like, oh, no, I can't do this.
Right.
Booker said, no, you earned it. You beat Layla. You beat Caitlyn, both in singles competition, all this stuff. So Eve is thrown in the match with Layla and winds up winning.
So it's almost like, I wonder who attacked her. Could it have been
Really?
Eve?
And from what I've heard is Caitlyn was not supposed to win that Battle Royal to become #1 contender.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that Eve was originally supposed to win it, but there's some miscommunication somewhere, and Caitlyn wound up winning.
Oh,
I think this is more of a way, because it doesn't make sense. Caitlyn's a face, Layla's a face. I mean, they've done face versus face title matches in the past, but they're never really that good.
No, they
But
never were.
I think this is a way to get the title off of Layla onto a heel in Eve, even though she's playing it like she's a face, and she's terrible at that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And, that way, next pay-per-view or tonight, whatever, or whenever Caitlyn's ankle heals, it's going to be Caitlyn versus Eve for the women's the Divas titles.
I don't have an issue with it. I mean,
I don't. It was just a boring match. It was your typical Divas match. Nothing stood out.
I'd rather see a heel diva, I guess, win than, Which, by the way, I know this is totally off topic, but I caught a little brief of SmackDown, like, last Friday.
Yeah.
And what really struck out to me was the fact that, and I didn't think about it at the time, but Caitlyn beat Beth Phoenix clean.
Yeah. That kind of
Just
made me
kind
mad.
of make you cringe.
It does. Anyway, moving on. I can't do this no more. Moving on. Main event. Let's go.
Oh, no. One more. Zack
what?
Ryder.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're completely out of...
Yeah, we're all over the place.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
Yeah,
Zack Ryder and Antonio Cesaro for the U.S. title.
Good match.
Again, good match, but again, for the life of me, nothing really stuck out other than that lifting uppercut that Cesaro did.
Yeah, but...
and Cesaro retained, of course.
I was just glad Santino wasn't in this match.
Cesaro hits the neutralizer, that cradle, fall forward, flapjack dealy. It was a good match.
Yep.
But again, nothing really stood out to me.
I think you can actually build up this feud now if you wanted to.
Yes.
Because I don't want to see a guy like Kofi or R-Truth go after him, because I want to see them actually stay as a team.
Yeah.
Because instead
actually try to reform the freaking tag division.
Yeah, that's exactly what my point is. I hate these teams that get together and once they lose, they're done.
Yep.
No, keep them together. And I'm cool, like you said before. I mean, I'm cool with Ryder on TV. The guy can work. His gimmick is but believe me, if you're comparing it to Brodus Clay or Santino, he looks like Daniel Bryan.
God, yeah.
I mean,
okay.
So I'm cool with that. So
yeah, like I said, a good match. Both guys put on a great showing. Cesaro retains, and next we've got the main event.
Yes.
WWE Championship, CM Punk versus John Cena.
Right now, Paul Heyman coming out before. Right?
Cena debuted he finally debuted his pink attire.
But it's for a good cause.
It was for a good cause. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, you cannot make fun of him for this. It was for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They had breast cancer survivors in the crowd. You cannot make fun of Cena for wearing pink that night.
I was gonna say if you want to be a complete jerk, that's your prerogative. Really. But
really,
yeah, you can't.
Paul Heyman comes out, cuts a small promo before the match, basically saying that yes, CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah, right. Which we kind of knew.
Yeah, we knew that already. And CM Punk comes out first, which always irks me. The champion should always come out second.
But cracks me up at the same time because did you notice his tights? He was wearing Yankee tights.
He was wearing like pinstripe. Yeah, Boston, New York, and Boston. You don't do that.
It was hilarious to me that they tried everything to make sure he got a heel reaction last night.
And he still got... He did get somewhat of a heel reaction, but he still got cheered more than Cena.
Which
Cena
is sad.
got booed in his home state.
If you ask, like, even Heyman, the way he said, like, the way he was talking last night and said, I might be from New York, which they kind of booed at that.
Yeah.
And then having Punk come out there with pinstripes. and he still gets a pop.
Yep.
I mean, you don't do that in Boston. They hate New York. But
with a passion.
Yeah, it's crazy, the hatred that they have for Cena. Although Cena had a decent reaction. I mean, it wasn't like a Miami crowd or something like that.
Oh, God, or the Philadelphia crowd for one night stand.
Yeah, he got a pop. It was a pop. But
yeah.
Going on to the match.
I
thought it was good.
Pretty good match, but again,
I mean, some people are overhyping it a little bit. They're saying it's the best match that these guys have had.
Oh, no, it's the second best match. Best match was last year. It was Money in the Bank.
I agree. Although, like I said, they kind of took a page out of Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and I'm not saying by any stretch that match is better than this. No. What I mean by that is they kept doing the whole, I'm going to hit you with a finisher, you're going to kick out. You're going to hit me with a finisher, I'm going to kick out 50 times. And it is exciting television because you don't know who's going to win after that.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
And it makes complete sense. And it got to the point where, they were out of finishers.
Yeah.
And CM Punk had to break out the rock bottom.
Yeah. And I think it was the first time, well, maybe this might have been the second time. Punk's had this reaction before, but it was one of the first Cena matches I ever remembered where the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
Whether you hate him, love him, whatever, these guys had the crowd in their hands, and they were chanting, "This is awesome."
Yep.
I mean, you don't hear that much on WWE programming anymore.
There was also a very faint, but I could hear it, there was a "You can't wrestle" chant.
Yes.
John Cena. In his home state.
It was in his hometown, yeah, pretty much. It was at the beginning, I think, actually.
Yeah.
But when they started getting to go, and then, like I said, apparently Cena has more than 5 moves because he does a suicide dive. I had to give him credit. I didn't think he was capable of doing it. But he did.
Yeah, that and later on, what ended the match, a big German suplex off the second rope.
Which wasn't the greatest move of all time.
It wasn't the greatest.
But I give him credit for trying.
Yeah.
Just to do something different.
Credit for trying, but, I mean, come on, if you're going to do it, at least know how to bridge the pin.
Yeah, because people making fun of that right now.
The finish came down to Cena doing that German suplex, and he gets the pin, which automatically, for the people that hate Cena, probably threw them into a fit of rage. It's bad enough he won, but he didn't even win with his finisher.
Right, yeah.
But the referee goes over to the timekeeper, and he points out, Paul Heyman points out that both guys' shoulders were on the mat.
Yes.
Points that out to the ref, and yeah, that's what happened. Both guys were pinned. So it ends in a draw. Mm-hmm. Punk retains. Cena thinks he has won, and he has the title. He's celebrating.
He yanked that baby. He went outside and just took it.
Oh yeah, and and they say, no, this match is a draw, and you can just see the look in Cena's face, like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
but it was. They showed the replay, and Cena's arms were down too.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it was the
good match. No, it's number 2. It's their number 2 match.
Mm-hmm. It was like you said. Yeah, it was very good. It delivered. That was the key. We talked about last week how can they have a good match? Will it be good? Yes, they brought it. It was good. I kind of thought the ending was kind of a blah. You liked it more than I did. I just thought it wasn't
a good ending, but I did like it just because it screwed over Cena, and of course that's just my not liking Cena coming out.
It made more sense to me at the end where you said, well, now it will lead to another match, which I agree with.
It's going to lead to another match at Hell in a Cell, or...
I just thought, and you kind of agree with me on this, that if you're going to have Punk win, why not just have him win completely without controversy?
Exactly.
And you can still have a rematch with Cena.
Yep.
I mean, you could figure out a way to have Cena at Hell in a Cell. I mean, come on. Well, maybe not this booking team, but somebody could come up with something. But overall, I mean...
Overall, I'd give it a 6.
A 6?
It was... Okay. Yeah, a 6 out of 10. It was all right, but I mean, it was kind of middle of the road, but it was a little bit better.
I agree with you. I will say this: it was the best pay-per-view they had since Extreme Rules,
Yes,
by far.
easily.
So again, let us know what you think. We're gonna watch Raw tonight, so we'll be back tomorrow with a Raw review, and we'll figure out where they're gonna go from here.
Yep.
So. Again, Outside the Ring on our blah blah blah. Outside the Ring with a number 1 on Twitter, Outside the Ring on Facebook, and our email.
Outside the Ring 316@gmail.com.
Jason. What?
And our new friend that we've been plugging.
Oh,
we
yes.
actually neglected our last show, and we apologize for that.
Do you have his name by chance?
I don't.
I'll tell you what. Let's link him. Can we do that?
Yeah, I will put a link to his channel and his name down in the subscription. He pretty much does what we do, but he does videos. He gives his thoughts on all the goings on and all that. But yeah, he is very good.
And he's helping us out, getting our show out, and we're helping him out. So we're kind of buddies.
Yep. And again, I will link to that in the description. So make sure you guys check out his channel, subscribe to him. So and just.
There you go.
Be nice to him.
Be nice. Be nice. All right. So, again, I'm Jason Murphy.
And I'm Troy Austin.
We'll see you tomorrow night Outside the Ring.
Deuces.